Okay, now we are on YouTube. I will just explain how this conversation is going to work. Here at Talk and Talk, the conversation platform. We have conversations in some languages as English, Spanish, French, and Italian. Here is a safe place to practice, and we can talk about a lot of subjects. Today, we are going to talk about emotional intelligence, and that's it. I will send again the questions. One more person is coming. I will just present myself, okay? So everybody knows me. I'm Fernanda. I live in São Paulo. I work as a Spanish teacher. And in my free time, I like to study, have a time with my family, and practice hear the conversations. That's it. I will split one room, as I mentioned, because we have a lot of people today. Mm. Okay. I open another room, okay? Mm. I think now everybody is identified is here. I will ask you to present yourselves, okay? Christian, could you start presenting yourself?
Sure. Hello, everyone. Good afternoon. For those who don't know me, my name is Christian Jimenez. I am from Bolivia. However, I currently live in Curitiba, Paraná, Brazil. I work as a full stack software developer for a Brazilian institution. I'm 36 years old. I'm married. Um, that's it a little bit about me. Uh, what about you, Scarlett? Could you please introduce yourself?
Okay, my name is Scarlett. I am 31 and I live in Praia Grande, São Paulo. I am on a career transition and from the administrative for UX design, and I think that's it. I am searching for a job now, actually. And you, Nayara, could you please? Nayara is not here. Oh yeah, shit. Could you please introduce yourself, please?
Sorry, it's me. It's because motorcycle passed into my street and I can hear, but I believe that it's me. It's my turn.
Yeah.
So I am Nayara. I am 31 years old. I'm single. I don't have kids. I just have one dog, and I work as a financial analyst. But now I will start in a new company. I will work as a commercial analyst, and I'm so excited about this because it's a company. It's not a company abroad. This company is here in my city, but I don't know how I can say it in English. A sede. This company is from Neersland, I believe that is named Holanda, and I will work there in the next month. About my personal life, I love to talking about feelings. It's something that I really enjoy it. And in my free time, I like to walk with my dog. My dog, it's everything for me. And I like to do some exercise. For example, today in the morning I run 2 kilometers because I think do some exercise is good for our mental health. And I think is that about me.
Sorry guys, I left, but I came back. Everybody presented? Okay. Have you started, Diana, in your new job? I don't know.
I will start in the new job in the next month.
Okay. Awesome. Congratulations.
Thank you.
Now, so guys, I will start with the questions. What do you understand by the term emotional intelligence? For me, is the ability of thinking before acting, so we can have better decisions and do not have conflicts with others. For me, is this, but it's a difficult term to describe. And what about you, Nayara? What do you think?
Well, for me, it's not so difficult to talking about emotions because I believe that it's so important, and mainly nowadays, talking about your personal life with every relationship that you have with your family, your brother, your friends. It's really important to talking about feelings and know how to deal with feelings. It's important as well because when you learn more about your limits, about what it's good for me, because maybe someone says that, oh, it's good to do something, like, I don't know, can be anything, but it's good for that person, it's not good for you. But to realize these things, it's important to know more about yourself. So sometimes you don't feel good with someone and you don't know how and you don't know why, and so for that reason it's so important to think first and then speak, and maybe just take your time to thinking more about you, the things that you want for your life, about your future, and what are you doing right now, talking about your personal and professional life. And yeah, I believe that this affect a lot, because if you're not good with your mind, you can do anything in your life, like in a good way. Like if you are good with everything, because I believe that when we're talking about emotional intelligence, it's about our mind, of course, but our body, everything that we do during the week, everything that we eat, it's important to eat good things, like eat real food, not just fast food. So yeah, I think is that I have a lot of things to say, but for now it's that. And what about you, Christian?
So I think you answered the question number 3. I think Fernanda started with the question number 2, right? Fernanda, or not?
Yeah, but I believe
Yeah.
that it's not a problem. You
Okay.
can talk about any questions. We
Yeah.
don't need to follow.
Yeah. So just at the beginning, I didn't understand a little bit about the context, but that's okay. So I wanna try to describe the term emotional intelligence in my own words. For me, it's the way that we handle our own emotions. It's like, for example, in my opinion, the more mature or the more we learn, the more capable we will be of handling our own emotions. So emotional emotional intelligence for me is the capability of handle our own emotion despite of the kind of situation that we are going through. So that's my opinion. That's how I describe emotional intelligence. Sorry. What about you, Scarlett? What do you think?
For me, emotional intelligence is about managing your emotions in your head before you um, you say it to the world. So I think that's it. The things that Nayara said was really important about taking care of your body and what you eat and the people that is around you. I think it's really important for you to really pick people that don't I don't know how to say that don't poison you. Uh, uh, like that, something like that. You understand what I said? I think it's something like that.
Great. I agree with you guys. I think it's something that we is related to how we act or something like that. Well, I will go on with the next. Christian, could you read the third question and answer?
Sure. How do you think emotional intelligence affects our daily interaction with others? Well, in my opinion, emotional intelligence is crucial nowadays because it depends our reaction or our interaction with other people will depend on how we handle these kind of emotions that we have in our mind or we have in our body. And if we are capable to handle them in a good way, we're gonna have good communication or good interaction with others. It could be in your job or in your house with your friends. I think that emotional intelligence is crucial nowadays, and it's important to know more about it and know how to improve that kind of skills in order to have a good communication or a better communication or a better interaction with other people. That's it. What about you, Fernanda? What do you think about it?
I agree with you. I think when we have a good emotional intelligence, we have a better communication with people, and also we can manage better the problems. Sometimes I feel that I stay really sad when something doesn't happen the way I wanted. And it's, in my opinion, it's related to my emotional intelligence. I need to improve this emotional intelligence that I have because the things will not be always be the way we want. So we have to handle it, and having a good emotional intelligence is related to this. And also, when we have a better emotional intelligence, we understand better the opinions from the others, I think. And what about you, Scarlett?
I think the best way that we can understand our own emotions is watching other people's emotions too. When people doesn't have their emotional intelligence, we can see that and we can sometimes mirror on ourselves. So when I judge someone, I try to look in the opposite way and see if something that they're saying is um, connected to what I feel, and I think I think I have a good emotional intelligence, managing not only my emotions but others. When I see some conflict, I try to be that person that calms everyone down and try to think slowly, and I think that's it. What about you, Nayara?
Well, I think I already answered this question. So I go for the question number 4. Can you share a situation where you had to use your emotional intelligence to navigate a difficult conversation or conflict? Yes, I finished my relationship last week, and I was married for 12 years, so was very difficult. It's not something that I can say that, oh, it's just I have this emotional intelligence, so for me it was easy, because it was not. But I don't know, it's something that I need to put myself like a priority in my life. And if this person don't wants to stay with me anymore, um, it's just go ahead, And yeah, I cried a lot because it's not something easy to deal, because you give your whole life, because I started dating with him when I was 18, so it's a long time. But I don't know, now I'm thinking more about my professional life, and I need to take care of my dog, because my dog is really important for me. And I need money to pay my bills. Now I live alone and I have everything. Like I rent a house and I have a credit card and I need to pay. So yes, I have friends. I believe that my friends, and I have a best friend that he's talking to me like every day and give me support. So this is really important. And yeah, now that I believe that it's about my age, because now I'm 31, and I know how the life it is, know everything that happened. But maybe in the past, when you are young, like a teenager, it's difficult to deal with some situations. But now that you are adult, it's not easier. But I believe that you have this mentality like, oh, just these things happen and just go ahead. But it's not that it's easy. It's just because it's not. I cannot see another way to solve this problem. So it's just work and keep with my life, and that's it. And what about you, Scarlett?
I don't know. I think I'm the same age as you, and I think that the time taught me that I don't have to say everything that passes on my mind, and I don't have to answer everything. But sometimes things just enter, and I don't know, they make a house inside of me, and sometimes there are a few things that hurts me more, but I try to really think that if the other person, um, I don't remember the word in English, the opinion. I don't remember in Portuguese too. This person's opinion. If it really is the reality, or it's just the person's vision of me, and why do I have to care about it? You know, I I sometimes I really need to care, but sometimes I just don't, and I the life taught me that.
Oh, I wanted
Christian.
to have. Keep going.
I'm sorry, Fernanda.
Mhm. I just wanted to comment about what Nayara said. I think it's like a new moment in your life, Nayara, like to focus maybe in other things that you were not looking before. And I think our lives is like that. Some algumas fases, that we are focused in some subjects. I think it is this. Everything is going is going to be all right for us, and that's it. Just that I wanted to say. Go on, Christian.
Sure. Well, I was thinking about one situation that I had to handle like this. Well, I would say that I recently started working as a tech lead here in a project that I work on. So I every day have to manage a team. So obviously, when you work with a group of people, there will be always conflicts. So there are some times that I am a kind of person who gets angry easily, and I am trying to improve it. And even more now that I am the lead of a team, I cannot get angry easily when, for example, when I am explaining something or a developer is not doing well his job. So in that kind of situation, I am trying that I think that I am trying to improve that part of my personality, that because everyone that knows me knows that I am the kind of person who get angry easily. So I would say that these last 3 months, I was trying to do it. I think that I improved it little by little, because there is a developer who work with me who is always asking me things that I already tasked to him. So I get sometimes stressed, angry as well, but I am trying to not show that part of me as a leader. So I think that's one experience that I had so far or recently. And that's it. What about you, Fernanda?
I think when I quit my last job to start in a new career, it was a difficult moment in the beginning because I thought that I made a bad decision, and I cried sometimes and thought, oh, why I did that. I had a job that I was comfort, and then decided to take a risk. But now I think with the time I started to understand that this change I made would take time. So in the beginning, it's really difficult, but I think every change in the beginning is really complicated. But after some months, the things get better, and we learn a lot with different situations. So it's important to have these challenges to learn, I think. I think every time I had a challenge, I had to deal with a lot of emotions, and but after some months everything got better. Okay. I will go for the next question. Nayara, could you read the 6 and answer?
Yes.
Oh, I think it's 5, you know?
Yeah,
5.
could be.
Okay.
Okay, but I think it's the number 5. It's related with
Yeah,
what we
we
are
can go for
talking.
the 6.
Okay. How can someone improve their emotional intelligence skills? Just 1 minute. Well, I believe that practicing their self-knowledge, like to know more about yourself, it's important. Let me see another thing. Be more resilient. Maybe it's good. Maybe in your work environment, it's important because we have a lot of challenge like every day, and it's a new problem to solve. It's a new people to talk. So resilience sometimes it's important, and don't be afraid to make mistakes, because if you are like so scared about everything that you are not an open person, you cannot share about your thoughts. Maybe it's good to do a therapy. Sometimes we need some help, and this is not a problem. yeah, I need help. I need a therapist, and I'm searching for one because it's when these things happen, like when something that you are not expecting happen in your life, it's difficult because now I'm thinking, I'm overthinking about everything because I'm scared about I'm here in this house and I'm alone, and sometimes I don't know how to deal with the fear of being alone, like just me with myself. And like I need to learn something new, so this is really uh it's not a good sensation, but I am getting out of my comfortable zone, because when I was with someone, it's like I now I feel comfortable, because if I don't know how to solve something, I have this person with me, but now I don't have anyone, and it's difficult. But about the question, I think is that just to know how we will learn, every day we learn something. Can be in the like in a good way, but we can learn. And I believe that the most important is to absorb the things like in a good way, look in the good side of the things that happen. So and then sometimes just to stay in your bed crying, just don't think too much. Sometimes it's good as well. And what about you, Christian?
So I completely agree with you. I think that it's kind of another kind of skill that we can improve. Obviously, it's a little bit different. It's kind of delicate because emotions with your emotion or how you show them, how you handle them, you can hurt people, right? If you don't know how to use them in the right way. So I think that it's important to learn more about it. I think, in my opinion, there are a lot of resources on the internet. Maybe there exists some books that were written by professionals who knows more about this topic. Reading and obviously practicing and practicing. I think as well, having an open minded, it's so important. Be ready to make change in yourself, because all of that kind of information just gonna have an impact in you if you first of all accept that you need to change something in you. So that's it. That's my opinion. What about you, Scarlett?
I clicked it wrong. Um, Therapy, I think that really helps. And books, philosophy books, or there are some fictional books that already help. And Nayara, I have a site for you. It's Psicologia Viva. It has an online psychiatrist and psychology, I don't know. And it's really great. I do my therapy by there, and it's really good. So I think that's it. And the other thing, we need to learn how to be kind to ourselves when we are sad or when we are angry. We need to be kind and take a deep breath. And I think and that's it. We need to really think carefully about the things that we're going to say if we are going to hurt someone, and if we hurt someone, um, not really not wanting to do that, not judging ourselves and hurting ourselves so much. We just apologize, and that's it. We need to be kind to ourselves. I think that's it. What about you,
Yeah.
Fernanda?
I agree with you guys. I think sometimes the most difficult is what Scarlett said, being kind with ourselves. We always keep overthinking about what's happened in some situation, how we could act in a different way. But the past we can change. And sometimes it's difficult for us to understand this, that, okay, I acted wrong, but how can I get better for the next time? No, we keep overthinking, oh, why I did that? Why I didn't act in a different way? So as you said also, the having going to therapy, it's really important and can help. I also miss this because sometimes I have difficulty to deal with my mistakes. I keep overthinking, and that's it about me. And a way to improve our emotional intelligence, I think, is try to be kind with us and also ask for help when it's necessary. For me, so there are these how can I say? These things. I forgot the word. Okay. The 7, I think it's good for us to answer. Do you think emotional intelligence is something that can be learned, or it is more innate? I think something that can be learned, because we have different experiences during our lives. We need to understand how, or try to understand how is the best way to act in each situation. And I think something that we learn during the life. And what about you, Scarlett?
I think that emotional intelligence, it's not innate. I think the only things that can make it happen is your environment. If you have good parents or good people that raise you, and with the experience of that you experience in your life, like you said, time is the only thing, and it's the most important thing that can teach you emotional intelligence and how to deal with things. Of course, you can get help. You can get psychology and books, and I don't know, text about it, talking to your friends about it. But I think life and experience is the best way for you to, and really looking at yourself and know, and if you're seeing that you're making something that you don't think it's right, um, not only the other peoples are toxic, you can be toxic too. And you seeing what you're doing and watching your actions, I think it's a really good way to start really looking at yourself. And what about you, Nayara? What do you think?
Well, I agree with you. I think innate, I don't know, it's not possible, I believe, because
Teens,
uh,
teens, teenagers, they don't have emotional intelligence. None of them, not one.
yeah, it's true. Yes, it's that, it's not possible. It's something that we need to learn. And maybe sometimes we learn by ourselves, like doing therapy and reading books and these things. And sometimes our parents teach us a lot about this intelligence, emotional intelligence. So but sometimes we don't have a good background, because for example, when I was living with my parents, they fight it a lot, like almost every day was like my childhood was terrible for me, talking about my mental health was. Now I'm trying to fix the things in my mind, because I was not live a good childhood. And I don't like to remember the things because it was really terrible for me. But now I'm learning, because I want something more for my life. So I think that the most important thing is that you need to put yourself like a priority, because sometimes we have a lot of things to do and we don't stop to thinking about it. But of course you can learn, but just if you really want, because sometimes people know that they need to improve in something in your life, but I don't know, they just wants to be comfortable, maybe in your relationship, in your job or something. So yes, we can learn, but it's something that it's hard. It's not a good. I believe that it's that reason why people nowadays don't have this emotional intelligence, because it's not a good thing. It's not good to see that, oh, I think I'm doing something wrong. It's not the correct way to deal with my life. So it's not good to see the things like in yourself. So it's possible to learn, but you need to want, like really want. Um, I don't know. Christian, do you already answer this question? Fernando?
No, I didn't.
Okay.
So, in my opinion, it depends on a lot of different variables or factors, because it could be that you were raised in a family who helped you developing this part of one part of your emotional intelligence, or you just learned it by your own on different experiences, or maybe you took some therapy. But I think that in general, emotional intelligence is part of us as human beings. It just we have to know how to handle it and how to use it. Obviously, I think that we start using it more when we get older, because when we are young or we are teenagers, as Scarlett said, we don't control it. We don't even know that we have this kind of emotion. We just show them up, and that's normal. I think it's part of us as human beings. And obviously, there are some people that already develop it is when they are already so young, and that's why they can handle it better when they get older. That's it. I think that all of us have the emotional intelligence in us. We just have to discover it and improve it and know how to use it. That's it.
Great. I agree with you, Christian. I think it's something that evolves, keep growing, and during our experiences, we learn and have a better emotional intelligence. But sometimes we need to have help from maybe in therapy, how to deal with some situations that are more complicated. And also during these therapies, we can have a better knowledge how to deal with difficult situations. I think I will go for this one of the courses. Um, have you ever attended any training or courses to develop your emotional intelligence? If so, how was this experience? Uh, in the company I used it to work, we had some trainings related to this, how to manage difficult situations at work, or how to balance our daily lives with the job. And it was really good for me to understand how can I improve in this area of my life. And that's it about me. And what about you, Scarlett?
started, but I didn't finish the course. I have this habit to not finishing things, but I'm trying to solve this. But it was in a time that I really stopped things in the middle of it. So I haven't, but I don't know. So I don't have experience
Now,
on
now
that.
you don't stop. Now you finish the courses.
Now I finish. I try to finish. I
Oh,
really
yeah.
have this it's acordo with myself that I have to finish everything that I start or even get really close to the end. So I will finish if I'm really close. I think let's finish, right? And that's the deal with myself.
Good, good. And what
Christian.
about you, Christian? Yeah.
So I have never attended this kind of events or this kind of conferences, but I think that it's important to find one because now that I'm working as a leader, I think that it's a skill that I have to master because working with people or guiding people is kind of difficult and you have to just create a combination between high skills and soft skills, and I think emotional intelligence is it's one of the principles of the soft skills nowadays. And that's it.
Yeah, sure. I think it's when we can, it's good to have to do this kind of course. We always learn a lot. And what about you, Nayara?
Oh, just, well, for me, it's my first course was here in Talk and Talk, because well, I started to learn English in January last year, and I have been part of this community since April last year, and I improved a lot my soft skills and my ability to talk, to express more my feelings and to deal with people. Here it's an immersion to talk, but sometimes people came here and they don't want to talk because they are afraid or shy or something happened, and you need to support this person, like you need to motivate them to speak and to be more open. So it's a it have been a big challenge for me because I'm host here as well, and I believe that the big problem is that when you talk with uh, advanced students, it's not that it's easier in a kind of way, but it is, because they know how to express, they know more vocabulary, of course. But when you are talking with the beginners, it's different. We need to learn so many things, and we need to be more patient, and we need to be more friendly. It's something that nowadays we don't have this time sometimes, because we work a lot, and it's just to deliver things in your job, and you don't stop to look into the person's eyes. So it's important sometimes to do this, and I'm learning a lot here. I'm learning to hear more than speak, and I'm learning how to be a better person, like in talking about feelings and in emotional intelligence. Here it's really it's a good place. You can feel safe, it's comfortable, you can share your ideas, you will not be judged. So for me, here it's a good experience.
I don't know about you, but sometimes I forget that we are here on YouTube or on live, and I just speak what I'm thinking, and it's a good place, as you mentioned, to talk about our feelings, you know?
I just don't care, you know. I talk
Yeah,
about everything here, but I just don't care.
yeah, exactly. For me, the same. I brought back the guys. They are coming back, the guys from the other room. Yeah. So I will wait them to come back. I want to know more. How was the conversation in the other room? Tiago, how was the conversation? Could you enjoy?
Yeah, of course.
Oh,
Uh, I told my group, Juliana, Silva, and Ju, interesting because it's expressed a lot of experience. It's happened in the day. Interesting. Good, good. Very good. Okay. And team,
Good.
thank you very much. Give you an opportunity to carry out a conversation.
Yeah, I always learn a lot here. Not just English, not just the languages. We learn a lot of
Same
things.
here. Same here.
Sure. And what about you, Juliana Silva?
Oh, the conversation, it's pretty good. I like too much. I like this topic. It's important for you look for yourself, okay? And that's it. It's pretty good topic, and good to talk with Thiago and Ju.
And I'm glad that you enjoyed the conversation in the other room. And what about you, Ju? How was for you the conversation?
It was good. It's a deep subject. We need to put a lot of effort to explain in English because
Yeah.
it's even hard to talk about it in Portuguese. So it's good because you learn new vocabularies and you can learn more about the people behaviors.
Yeah, I think the best thing here in Talk and Talk is to learn a little bit about everyone. It's not just about English, it's about knowing each other and improving our abilities. It's really great. Guys, I will send for you the survey that is like a link here we have for evaluation of the conversation. You can send also suggestions of other topics, okay? And I think that's it for today. I would like to thank you all for being here today. For me, it was a really good conversation. Thank you, Christian, Scarlett, Nayara, Thiago, Juliana, Jules, and I hope to see you again in other conversations here at Talk and Talk. Thank you so
See
much,
you.
guys.
Thank you very much.
See you later. Bye.
Bye.
Bye bye.